was hoping to tell you about this handbag while doing an unboxing someday, but now I don't think that's going to happen. The bag I'm talking about today fairly recently, went viral on the internet. It is a gorgeous bag that has been on my wish list. It's from Coach, by the way. It's been on my wish list for quite a while now. It comes in a few fun colors and textures, and it was already difficult to find. I actually found one about a year ago, but it was $400 and I didn't want to pay that much. Well, guess what they are now? Now they're nearly $3,000 and still just as hard to find. So today I will tell you all about this bag. I'll show you some things to be aware of with different versions of the bag. We'll discuss a misconception about how it's named, which affects how you'd be able to search for it. And I'll provide you with some information that will help you find it more easily. And at the end, since this bag is so expensive, if you really like it, there are some other Coach bags that have some similar visual characteristics. So I'll tell you about a few of those too, and they are a lot easier to find. And you can get them for much less than $3,000. And welcome, I'm Autumn Beckman, and I'm here to help you live your most luxurious life within your budget. I post new videos on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays, so please make sure you subscribe so you don't miss any of those, and so you don't miss my daily community posts where I share the best sales of the day and fabulous handbags that I find. And I was just thinking the birds are being awfully quiet, and as soon as I thought that, they started talking. Cedar, my second parakeet, which I got first, has now moved back into my room, so I have both parakeets in my office now. So you may hear them. And Cedar doesn't come out of his house much, although the doors are open, but Snowball, as you know, is all over the place, so he may pop in from time to time. Where was I in my little spiel? Also, don't miss my website, autumnbeckman.com/shop for the shop page. That's where you'd find handbags and accessories that are available for purchase, as well as my handbag collection organizer, which are planner pages that I designed to help you organize your handbags and your life. The heart of which is the item tracker, where you can record all the information about your handbags and small goods. But I also have wish list pages, purchase trackers, pages designed to keep track of your sales associates' information, lots of different calendar layouts, project planning pages, different habit trackers, and so much more. The bag I'm talking about today is known as the Coach Bleecker Street Haversack. This bag went viral. Now, I just heard about it going viral like last week. Several people in some of the Coach groups on Facebook were talking about it. And it went viral because of a couple of videos from this woman who found one at a thrift store for $5. Cedar has been completely quiet until I started talking. I'm remembering now why you used to cover up him and Maple. I just covered Cedar. Here's Snowball. So we'll see how that goes. I am learning as I go with these guys. So she posted two videos on TikTok. One was her finding the bag at a thrift store, and the other was going through the bag in more detail and showing it. And since I had just heard people talking about this last week, I thought this was a very recent thing. Turns out she posted both of those videos back in November of 2024, so they weren't that recent, but for some reason it's just hitting the Coach Facebook groups now. Maybe because it's taken that long for prices to go up as high as they are. Not really sure. Like I said, about a year ago when I was looking at these bags, they were about $400. I found three that are currently available. One is in light blue. It's kind of dirty though, for $1,980, and I will link these three bags in the description box for you, as well as anything else I talk about today that I can find a link for. And then I found one in brown suede for $2,522. It has absolutely terrible photographs though. Isn't it frustrating when people list something for sale, and especially if they're trying to get such a high price for it, and they post the worst photos that don't show you what you're even buying? Very annoying. And then I found a listing for a pink bag. This one has great photos, great description, $2,775, so it's the highest price, but it's also in amazing condition. This seller has lots of Coach bags that are very, very well priced. They're very reasonable. So even if you don't want to pay almost $3,000 for her pink Haversack, I would recommend checking out what else she's got for sale, because she has some good stuff. I mentioned that there was something about the way this bag is named on the Preloved market. Well, Cedar's still talking, where it's maybe not named correctly. So again, it's called the Coach Bleecker Street Haversack bag. Now, around the time that these bags were made, which was 2008, there were three collections that overlap a lot. One is the Legacy collection. That was first released in 2006 for Coach's 65th anniversary, and these bags have the Legacy stripe interiors. But the Legacy stripe interiors were not only on 65th anniversary bags. They continued that Legacy line through 2008. So you'll find bags from 2006, 7, and 8 with those stripes. The 2006 bags are part of that anniversary collection. The 7 and 8 bags are not. They are just Legacy. There's also the Archive collection around the same time, which is that they went back into the Coach archives and pulled generally Bonnie Cashin's bags and then redesigned them and made them more modern. And if a bag is from the Archive collection, it will say on the back of the hang tag, Archive. Let me show you an example. So unfortunately, I don't have a Haversack bag to show you, but I do have these two Peyton bags from this same time period. These are both from 2008, which is when the Haversack was made and released. So let's look at the hang tag on the green bag. A lot of these had really big, chunky hang tags compared to the hang tags that we're used to on most bags. This one, when you turn it around, you see on the top line there it says Coach Archive, and then on the bottom it says Limited Edition. But Coach Archive is what we're talking about. So all the bags from the Archive collection from this era of Coach should be labeled Archive on the back. And you can see how this has elements of Bonnie Cashin with the turn locks, with many pockets that have curved corners so you don't have sharp lines on these. And of course, lots of fun colors. And in addition to the Legacy collection and the Archive collection from this era, there is also the Bleecker Street collection. Coach opened a store on Bleecker Street in 2008, and for that grand opening, they released some bags that were only available at that store at that time. And those are the Bleecker Street bags, and this is one of those. So let me show you the hang tag on this bag. So there's the front, it looks the same as the other one, other than being a different color. And then on the back, this one, the top line, you can see says Bleecker Street and then Limited Edition. So same bag, just different colors. One is a Bleecker Street bag, one is not. Because the pink was sold at the Bleecker Street store, the green would also have been sold elsewhere at other Coach stores. And that is where I get confused about why this is called the Bleecker Street Haversack. Because it's my understanding that bags with Bleecker Street in the name, unless it's called a Bleecker bag, which Coach also has, but a Bleecker Street, then the name of the bag, that those are bags that are only sold at the Bleecker Street grand opening. Now, since these bags are kind of hard to find, it's also kind of hard to find photographs of them. And when you do find a listing that has photographs of lots of different parts of the bags, most of them don't photograph the back of the hang tag. I only found one that did, and it's the pink one, and it says Coach Archive Limited Edition, just like my green Peyton satchel did. So that was not a Bleecker Street bag. If you know of another reason that people call these the Bleecker Street Haversacks instead of just the Haversack, please let me know in the comment section below. Because I don't think that's accurate, and it makes finding a bag that's already difficult to find more difficult and confusing. And I like to clear things up and try to make it easier for people to find something they might be looking for. Now, I'll show you all the different options that I've been able to find as far as colors and textures that this bag was available in. And then we'll look at details of the bag, and then I will show you some alternatives to this bag. So like I said, it was released in 2008 in suede in 4 colors that I have been able to find. There's this deep brown suede. There's this beautiful pink. That's the one that was in the TikTok video. There's the green. Of course, that would be one of the 4 colors that I would be most interested in, and the turquoise, which would be the other one. And these all have that Legacy stripe lining, which is gorgeous. I have several bags with that, and oh, I love them so much. And I think it's a silk lining. So those were released in 2008, but in 2009, they re-released this bag in a couple of other colors and textures, and with one really big difference that you'll want to know about if you're interested in this bag. So they released another suede bag, this one in a light blue, and they released 2 colors that I know of in leather. One is this white leather, and then one is this orange, which in some photos looks more like a brown, but in looking around at different listings, it appears to be orange in natural light. The big difference with these bags is that the interior does not have the legacy stripe lining, and I know that's a big deal. It's something people love about the original Haversacks, so it's something you'd want to know about if you're looking for one of these, because you might want to avoid one of these three from 2009. The light blue has a light blue solid color interior. The white appears to have a tan interior. Again, I couldn't find interior pictures of all these. The orange has the same solid color tan interior as the white probably has. I would imagine they released other colors in leather besides white and orange. Those are unusual colors to just release those. But I wasn't able to find images of anything else. By the way, there's a person on Facebook groups. I didn't ask if I could use her name, but she posted this picture that has all four of the original suede bags from 2008 together. These are part of her collection. And I asked her if she would be okay with me using that image in this video. And then she sent me images of the light blue, the white, and the orange bags that she also has. So my understanding is she has all 7 of them. Lucky her. I just wanted to give her a shout out and say thank you for allowing me to use those photographs. And for very generously letting me know that the 3 later ones are the ones that don't have the legacy stripe interior, because I may not have noticed that otherwise. What are you doing? Now let's finally take a closer look at the details of this Haversack bag, which is absolutely gorgeous. So the front has these 2 pockets that have flaps on them that have a turn lock closure on each. The back has 1 slip pocket, probably not big enough for your phone. The sides have a kiss lock pocket on either end, which is a gorgeous detail. And all of those, including the interior, have the legacy stripe lining if you get one of the bags from 2008. On the shoulder, this is a slouchy bag. I will tell you that pink one that is available for $2,700 something, the lady that's selling it, she basically said she loves the bag, but that if anybody's willing to pay that much, that she would sell it, which understandable. But she made a, looks like a felt organizer for it that shapes the bag, which I think is a great idea. Because as much as I love a slouchy bag, I feel like personally, without the organizer, I'd get a little annoyed with the slouch on that bag. How about you? Let me know. On the top of the bag, you have, it's like the sides of the bag go up and then the tops fold over on top of each other, and there's a turn lock closure, which is also really cool and unique. And on the interior, on the front, you have 2 slip pockets. One is larger than the other. And then on the back wall where the story patch is, you have a zippered pocket. This bird, he's trying to eat my necklace. He's going behind me. He thinks that I can't get him back there. You better stop. He's talking back and everything. Oh, and one more thing that I wanted to make sure you know about is the style numbers for these bags, because this will help you search for them if you're looking to find one. Now, a lot of Coach bags will have a different style number, or it'll be the same style number, but maybe the last number will be different to indicate a different color of the bag. What I found is all the suede bags from 2008 and the light blue one from 2009, they all have the same style number, but the leather bags have a different style number, but it doesn't matter the color on these. It's just the material. So the suede bags, the style number is 12797, and I will put these in the description box below along with all the links. The leather bags, the style number is 13776. So that is the Haversack, or the so-called Bleecker Street Haversack, which I think is a misnomer, but correct me if I'm wrong. Now, let me tell you about some other bags from Coach from around the same time that have some of the same features as the Haversack. For example, if you like that look of the archive bags that have that Bonnie Cashin look, but they've been revamped, and you want bright colors and you love the legacy stripes. Well, I already showed you the Peyton. This is a great option. These are large bags. These remind me of a flight bag if you're going for an airline flight. But these are easy to find and they come in lots of different colors. I've also seen a few different textures, like I know there was a croc bag made in the Peyton, and the prices vary. I've seen them under $200. They're usually around $200 to $300-ish, in that range. That is a great option. There's also this bag, which I think I've also seen called a Haversack. That may be why people call the other one the Bleecker Street Haversack, just to differentiate it a little bit. Because if you just search Coach Haversack, hello, what are you doing? A bunch of backpacks come up, so you do have better results if you search Bleecker Street Haversack, even though that's not entirely accurate. This bird. So this is like a briefcase, and it's in, I'll bring it closer. You can see this is in like a purple mulberry colored suede, gorgeous. And this does have the legacy stripe interior as well. And this bag is from 2008, style number is 12981. The Peyton bag is from 2008. The style number of this one is 13546. If what you love most about the Bleecker Street Haversack is the way the bag closes on the top with those two pieces of leather and the turn lock, then this might be a good option for you. It's a smaller bag. Actually, it comes in two sizes. This is the smaller of the two. This is called the Chelsea. It's in nubuck leather, and it comes in a few different colors. And you can see here it has the turn lock with one flap and then the second flap to open. The Chelsea bag is pretty easy to find. It's from 2004. The inside is this bright color too, this bright pink. The style number is 9391. And this next bag has quite a few things in common with the Haversack. This is the Coach Carly, and this one is super easy to find because I have this bag for sale on my website. This is done in a beautiful tweed. You have the front pocket, you have two turn lock pockets on the end, and you have that turn lock flap top, and inside you have that amazing green. This bag was made in 2006, style number 08F16. Apologies that the birds are chattering more right now. I think Snowball has just discovered that he can't find Cedar anymore because he's covered up. And if what you love most about the Bleecker Street Haversack is those kiss lock pockets on the ends of the bag, I have two options to tell you about. One is the Coach Legacy Stripe mini bag. I found this one available for purchase right now for a very good price. So of course I will link that below. And I feel like there's a larger one too. I couldn't find it when I was searching just now, but I've looked at the Legacy collection before and I feel like I've seen a bigger one. There are also the mailbox bags. Now these are gorgeous. If you love the Haversack, I think you would love the mailbox bags, but I would warn you that they were part of the spring 2018 runway show, so they are 1941 bags, which means they are pricier, and these in particular are especially expensive bags. They come in solid colors and in patterns. There's a lot of variety in them, but expect to pay up for them. And here is the original Bonnie Cashin bag that these later 1941 mailbox bags were designed after. So what do you think of the Coach Haversack bag? Do you have a green or turquoise one that you would be willing to sell me for a reasonable price? I would like to know that very much. Thank you. Do you have one at all? If you do, which one? Do you have or know about the leather ones in other colors? I would like to know that because certainly they were released in other colors. Do you know of other bags that are similar to that if somebody's looking for an alternative because the prices are so insane on these right now? Let me know all that and whatever else in the comment section below, please. And make sure you check out the description box for links and the style numbers that I've left for you. Thank you so much for watching. I do appreciate it. I hope you have a fantastic day. Bye. What are you doing, baby Snowball? What are you doing? You're such a cutie pie. What a cute little bird. Say bye, Snowball. Bye-bye.